Welcome to Her Ink Empire. I'm Justine Almaraz, and this is the podcast that redefines what's possible for you in the tattoo industry and in your tattoo education, not only in technical skills, but in business. This show is for fine artists, creatives, visionaries, artists of all kinds, even doodlers, who are ready to not just build a career, but a legacy. Here we merge mastery, freedom, and creative power to surpass the outdated industry norms, the outdated rules, and step fully into our creative power and roles as leaders in our communities. If you've ever felt like there has to be a better way, a better option to learn tattooing, to earn in this industry, and to lead in tattooing, you're in the right place. So let's build your empire, one bold, daring step at a time. Let's dive in. Welcome, Sammi. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Hi, Justine.
Yes. Hi. We finally got all the techie stuff fixed.
We did it.
We did it. So I am so excited to hear and have you share your adventure learning tattooing with me and what your life was like, how it's changed, and what you're doing right now. It's like, let's just start with what's happening right now. It's something really special. So, want to dive in?
Yeah. Well, I guess I could start with me going full time with art and my multi-passionate creative endeavors.
Yeah, let's do it.
About 6 months ago, almost going on 6 months. So it's been a lot of different things on the day-to-day in a creative realm. Currently, right now, my focus is moving into a tattoo studio in town to be there to guest spot for the whole summer. So that's going to be my huge main focus. And while I'm there, just working on art and illustrations. And I also have some collaborative projects, some video editing, travel-based content projects, and just some personal photography, wanting to expand and grow what I do with photography. And I've always got some branding client. I also have a background in graphic design, so I've been on and off have branding projects going on as well.
Which you are a branding queen.
Thank you.
You are so talented at your graphic design work. Like when you first told me, you kind of like downplay it, but Sammy's like so freaking talented in graphic design and
Thank
branding.
you.
If you need someone to help you, please contact Sammi.
Hit me up.
So good. Yes. And you are the epitome of the multi-passionate and multi-talented artist.
Thank you.
Yes, it's impressive because you juggle all of it really well and do really well at each thing you set your mind to, including learning tattooing with me.
Thanks.
So cool. So what kind of was there something that gave you a push towards, all right, now I'm going to learn tattooing? Was there something specific that activated you?
Well, you reaching out and being like, I believe in you. I think that'll be such a good fit. Like, I want to teach you. I mean, you basically made it hard to say no. It was obviously something that I had been wanting to do for many years, which we can, get into with how we met and stuff. But never, there was just hadn't been like a good fit, or like it just hadn't worked out yet. So I think with you coming to me and offering and creating that space, it just felt right. And I kind of just live that kind of way where if a door opens and it feels right, you walk through it, and it might not seem like it'll be easy to make it work out, but you just say, I'm gonna figure it out as I go, and I'll make it work. And that's pretty much what I did. So, yeah, I think especially where I was at work wise, very much wanting to pivot and be able to focus more on my artistic side of things. It just felt like a really, really good path to go down because I love drawing, I love illustration, and with the background in design as well, it just felt like all of the skills that I already had grown, tattooing just merged all of them together in such a really cool way. I know there's a lot of graphic designers that end up becoming tattoo artists, so I just did the graphic designer to tattoo artist pipeline.
Yes, and your first tattoo with me was such high quality.
Thank you.
So beautiful. Yeah. And
It's fun.
what tell us about what it was like making that choice. Like I know that this can be a really tricky moment for a lot of people to decide they're going to go all in and learn a new skill, especially something like tattooing because it's so all encompassing when you're in the learning process, you know?
Yeah, what specifically was the
Yeah,
question?
so yeah, I know I was going to. What do you feel like? Was there something in you that, what were you looking for when you were thinking about learning? What helped you make that choice to go all in on tattooing?
I think the dynamic between us was a big part of it because there was like I've heard horror stories of apprenticeships. I've seen it. I've seen how different mentors in the space can be, especially in a very male dominated industry. And so I knew like that I would never do it until I found the right person. Because I just was like, I'm not going to subject myself to any kind of abuse or potential abuse just to learn a skill. So knowing that the space with you wouldn't be that was something that, like, knowing that I wanted to learn tattooing, that was something that I was looking for. To learn with someone who I felt safe with and that I knew was like a genuine, supportive kind of teacher, which I felt like with you, and it is very true. And I think with the actual practice of it, I wanted to have, yeah, just something creative that I could do that supported me as an artist, where I could work with people and especially working kind of one on one with people, having also a background in working in restaurants and bartending and having to deal with a lot of people. I know, like, and being a little bit more introverted, I know that I love getting to like work in a quieter, smaller space and not with like tons of people. So I think the kind of lifestyle that it can provide is also just something that feels really aligned with me. And also they're potentially like being able to you can travel and tattoo, which is also something I want to be able to do. So I think, yeah, the learning dynamic and then also the lifestyle and just the opportunity for creative growth is what I was looking for. Yeah.
I know it was a bit of a challenge too because you're in Oregon and I'm in LA,
Mm-hmm.
and you really made it was a totally different kind of apprenticeship for you, or the what I do and how I do things is completely different. And I know that that was something that you looked into. I remember you said you talked to another artist or someone like that that helps give you like confirmation on it, which was interesting. Could you
Oh
speak to that
yeah.
a little bit? Remember that?
Yeah, I it was when I was bartending and one of my kind of regulars ish, he also is, yeah, has connection with my boyfriend. He's just in the vicinity. He was there as a customer. We were talking about it. He's a tattoo artist. I told him what I was doing, and he was with, when I first started apprenticing with you, because in Oregon you have to go to tattoo school, and I had just not heard great things about it. I wanted to go a more traditional route. I wanted to, even though, the apprenticeship that we have isn't technically like a traditional apprenticeship, it's still closer than I think
Yeah.
tattoo school is.
Yeah.
And also already having my bachelor's degree in art, I was like, I don't want to pay $15,000 to go to tattoo school when I already have a degree and also school loans that I'm still paying off. For tattoo school, I'm probably going to learn composition and color theory and all of those things that like I already know. So I just wanted to learn like the skill. So I was telling him, this tattoo artist who's local in town, that about this situation, and he was like, that's really smart, like you should totally do that. So yeah, it's cool to hear that from a local Oregon tattoo artist who knows the kind of system here and what you have to do, and knowing that the kind of workaround that I'm doing, even though it is a bit of a sacrifice, because if I went to tattoo school, then I would have my Oregon license right after that, and I'd be able to tattoo full time here. So I'm kind of doing the workaround where I'll have to have my out of state license for 3 years before I can fully tattoo here. But to be honest, I don't even know if I'm going to live here for that long. So it's not something that feels like it's really holding me back too much. Yeah, because I like I said, like going to LA and getting to go to Arizona and travel and tattoo is it's like totally an option for me as well. So
Yeah,
yeah.
so cool because you've actually already been guest spotting. So you started with me in October and then you did the online hybrid learnings and then you came in January during the LA fire season, which was crazy.
That was crazy.
But you still did your intensive in person with me and rocked it out like so well. And then went home, drew more, came back and did in March, you did a guest spot at Earth Altar, and then you did a guest spot in Arizona, and that landed you this great position in the studio that you're going to be guesting in now for the summer. So cool.
Yeah.
So, like, pretty awesome,
I
right?
know. Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So cool.
Yeah, just one thing after the other, really.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how do you feel? Was there anything that surprised you about becoming a tattooer once you really stepped into this?
Probably how much it just kind of hooked me, especially the actual practice of tattooing. Just how like by the end, I think didn't I say this during one of the first tattoos? Like I was like, I could just keep doing this. I could have just been keep going for hours. I think I know something really sticks with me when I'm able to like just hyper focus, and it's just you're all of the time, like time just disappears and you're just like so present with what is right in front of you. So not that I'm surprised with how much I love the actual process of tattooing, but it's just such I don't know, it's kind of ethereal. It's like it's hard to put in words how intense it is, and just like the energy behind it, that I think by the first one, it was, remember with Alex, I was like, wow, that's gonna be on your skin forever. Like that's, it's just yeah, it just feels like transformative. It feels like very cool process to like share with somebody.
How does it feel different from the other kind of creative work you do or your paintings or something like this?
It definitely feels a lot more like alive. It's more collaborative. And of course, there's an element of, depending on the actual tattoo, some of them are, you're trying to take what is in someone else's brain and create that for them, for it to like live on their body. Or people give you free reign and let you do whatever. But either way, you're still collaborating with that person's energy and like their energy field. And yeah, like that's really interesting to me. And that's, I think, what's different is that, yeah, it just feels like living, obviously, because it's like the canvas is alive. The human body person that you're putting ink in is physically living. So that's cool. And obviously the canvas itself being not just 2D, like you're not just drawing on a flat piece of paper. It's like you're also the amount that you have to control the depth. So it's like you're not just drawing on an X and Y axis, there's also a Z axis that you have to take into account. So that's very different.
Do you feel any different now that you can tattoo?
It definitely feels like a piece of me that was always kind of there became it kind of feels like I became more whole because this was like I used to draw. I've told you this. I like my walls in high school were covered in inked magazine, and I like loved tattoo. I loved tattoo culture. I would draw tattoos and then show my parents, and I'd be like, Dad, I'm gonna get this when I turn 18. And I sure as hell did. I got a tattoo as soon as I turned 18. And so it's like always been this thing that I've like loved so and dreamt about as a teenager. I don't even know if I really let myself dream of becoming a tattoo artist. I just pictured myself being covered in tattoos because at that time I was really, really into like making music. So I don't know if I like dreamt of becoming a tattoo artist, but that kind of connection to tattoos was always there. And having like, yeah, stepped into that like identity as a tattoo artist feels like kind of a piece of me that was like a part of me as like a teenager that came back to life or something.
Wow.
So I feel like
That's
more
really cool.
myself. Yeah, I feel a lot more just like, yeah, myself. And like, I understand who I am and where I am and where I want to go. And I think, yeah, being like tattooing is like a big part of that.
Wow, that's pretty big. Was there anything that's been really challenging with it, with being a tattooer or learning?
Probably just like balancing everything else that I do and then obviously the traveling part and wanting to be able to just like dive in and do it as much as I can. But yeah, it's really just for me I think is unique because I'm just like balancing the other things. But I think I've gotten to a point, especially with this guest spot for the summer, that I'm like, okay, cool, I can just like really focus on this and kind of overcome those things that still feel like new about it, and especially like the customer client interaction stuff and just getting more experience of dealing with different people and different types of people and different designs and different styles. And yeah, really just a time, I think time.
What would you say to someone that's considering learning in this different kind of apprenticeship model that I have going on here?
I would say like if you're a very self-motivated person it's really good because you obviously have more flexibility over where you get to learn the material, but I think with that takes a little bit more self-discipline to stick with it because you're not there in person every day. I think when you're immersed in an environment, I don't know, people are just so different. It's like different brains require different levels of education and being immersed in something, but not if you don't have to be that, if you're not that type of learner, I think it's really, really great. I'm not. I finished high school online. So I'm very, very used to the online kind of learning experience. And I think, especially with you, if you already have a background in art and understanding drawing and like composition and color, I think it's a really, really great way to go because you can kind of just like dive right in and not be held back by any kind of like gatekeeping or old school kind of dynamics that shops can kind of keep you in, where you're just the shop janitor and front desk receptionist for free. Which I think that's a part of it too. Like I would never be able to afford that. Like I
Mhm.
have to pay bills and survive and live. So I don't know how people do that. So that's another thing that I'd say if you're someone who just wants to learn this skill, but like you literally can't afford what kind of old school shop dynamic provides, it's a good way to go.
Yeah, it's pretty different.
Yeah.
Man, your journey is awesome to witness because it's so drastic, and you have what I witnessed in you through the adventure was that you were really self-motivated. You completed everything on your own and then came in with all of your previous knowledge of art and drawing and design and everything. And then you started to you just came in with all these incredible pieces, and there was the moments of like that nervous, anxious, like excitement in the process of, okay, I'm actually going to do this, I'm actually going to tattoo someone, and then you overcame that within just a few minutes, you know.
Oh my gosh,
And
so shaky. Yeah. That
yeah, so cool though, because you trusted the process and then
yeah.
it went away
Hmm.
and you just soared with it and you continued to keep the momentum and hold the confidence and carry that with you. You didn't drop it, you know? And I think that in witnessing the way you've handled yourself in this process, that's led to a lot of your success also. And
Thanks.
being available for being ready and available for this opportunity to have this long like residency guest spot is really cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely expected, I expected the nervousness. I wasn't surprised, especially I just get shaky when I'm nervous. So, just seeing how shaky my hand was for that first what 30 minutes, and I expected to be like shaky like that for at least like the first handful of tattoos. But I was so surprised that by the second one, it was just like right in. It wasn't like maybe like a little bit of the nerves were there, like 10-20%, but overall, it was like once I got it, I was like, okay, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Once I know I'm not
Like,
gonna ruin this person's skin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your first tattoo, on Alex's arm looks like you had been tattooing for at least a year for sure.
Thanks.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm proud of that.
So
Proud of
cool. I'm proud of that too. So cool.
that. Yeah.
So, how would you describe the work you're making, the custom work you're making now in tattooing?
I've been thinking about that a lot today because I really want to bust out a bunch of flash designs for the summer, and probably just will keep putting stuff out as I create them every week. But definitely lots of ornamental fluidity, lots of movement, lots of botanical pieces. I love the combination of floral, botanical elements with ornamental elements, whether that's more fine line and delicate, but I also really love the like bold black work elements. Like both of those things together, I think really look cool too. Like more fine line, delicate floral with like bold ornamental designs. Very like illustrative. I want to go more in the direction of doing like surreal and grow my skills in doing like realism, and definitely want to do some like eventually do some portrait stuff. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of different styles that I really like, so I think there's a lot that I could have fun with dabbling in. But yeah, I'm very, very currently drawn to the botanical and surreal and ornamental dot work with fine line or bold elements, black and gray.
So beautiful. So beautiful. So, where's the best way we can send our listeners to go connect with you, see your work, and book with you?
Yeah, I have my Instagram, which is Sammi_._Lee. We'll put that in the caption.
We'll put that in the notes for
In the
sure.
notes. And my booking link is in the link in my bio. I am going to have my website, sammylee.com, set up very soon, so you'll be able to book with me there. I currently have that up, but it's like an old portfolio website, so nothing is really up to date. But sammylee.com will be up, I think, probably within the next couple weeks. And I'll have a portfolio and booking links and a little shop with some merch and art prints and everything that I'm up to.
Yeah, awesome. And the Earth Altar Tattoo
Yeah.
Collective.
Oh yeah. And Earth Altar Tattooed. It's
Yes.
earthaltartattoo.com, right?
Yes. So Earth Altar has expanded into a multi-studio collective, and Sammy is a member. And so if you go to earthaltartattoo.com, you'll find our collective, and you can also connect with Sammy there too
Yeah.
and book with you from there also.
Yeah, and I think after the guest spot here for the summer, I'll be having opening a kind of private studio situation in Vancouver, Washington
Yes.
shortly after. So that'll be updated on earthaltartattoo.com as well.
Yes, it will. So exciting. So many
Yay.
good things are happening with that too. So we'll share that again in another episode. But for now,
TBD.
yeah, so many cool things. Okay. Okay. Last little bit here. What advice do you have for an aspiring tattoo apprentice?
Oh my gosh, just draw as much as you can and follow lots of tattoo artists online and start developing a style and just I always told especially like newer artists like at first just copy things like just to get the skill and understand what you like and what you don't like. Obviously, you're not going to sell things that you copy, but it helps you understand and learn and grow and develop your own style because really everyone's style, personal style, is just a combination of their favorite artist styles. And that's what everyone has done for in the history of art in creating your own kind of style is just learning from the people that came before you. So watching YouTube videos, following people on Instagram, being inspired, staying inspired, and practicing.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sammy.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for joining, doing this with me.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
fun. And thanks for
Cool.
listening, people.
Yeah, thanks for listening. All right, go connect with Sammy and I'll see you soon, okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much for listening and being a part of Her Ink Empire. Remember, this is only the beginning. Your empire is already unfolding. Until next time, stay bold, stay aligned, and stay true to you as you build your artistic legacy.